Ring, ring with Renie, Rivas. Hello and welcome to the show. We've got someone very special with us today. Someone you may or may not know. But don't worry, we'll explain all the inside jokes. Just sit back and enjoy the voyeurism, folks. It's Ring, ring with Renie Rivas.
Hey, thanks for joining. Welcome to episode 2. After the call I made last week with Brandon Johnson, he messaged me later that day to say the cousin I brought up might be my brother. Seeing that the divorce was right after my mom found herself playing a role in the real-life sitcom Suddenly Cousin, he makes a good point. Truer words have never been texted. Today's guest is my pal, Rachel Grate. Rachel is a prolific actress with many credits in TV, film, stage, and theater. Oh, that's the same thing. Commercials. She played Audra Levine on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, serving alpha lawyer rapping realness. Guys, for the audition, she rapped in Portuguese. Here's a clip of it because your day needs this flavor.
Calango, longo do calango da pretinha, tô cantando essa modinha pra senhora se lembrar daquele tempo que vivia lá na roça com uma filha na barriga e outra filha pra criar.
We went to high school together. We did plays, I saw her choir shows, and she saw whatever new earring holes I had while sitting behind me in history class.
What's the 411?
Here's some info that'll help eavesdroppers better understand our conversation. You'll notice that I sound different in this call because it was before I paid for an app that records phone calls for $10 a month. Rachel's voice came out of the speaker in my laptop, which I had next to the microphone I was using. Being cheap is part of my DNA. I didn't give somebody a second date because they refused to validate their parking ticket while we were at Coffee Bean. And they were rich. Rich won't save this. You wasted $4. We're done. Rachel's mother is from Brazil. Coincidentally, Porto's has come up in this episode and the last one. Last time I said you should know they have great sandwiches. This time you should know they have great cakes. I hate cake, but I've heard good things. The Promise is a song by When in Rome, not Human League. But that was a pretty good guess. Our high school choir won national awards and they all wore fancy matching outfits. It was just the show Glee. For prom, I paid a platonic friend of mine to be my date because he fit in the pink kimono jacket I bought to match my outfit. My tragically, culturally inappropriate outfit. Cringe. Rachel and I have run into each other many times at the same commercial casting office. I mean, they clearly like both of us, but I've accepted that I'm not right for most commercials. I'm not knocking myself here. McDonald's doesn't want man voice. It's fine. Hey Rachel, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Murphy's over here licking my hands because I had food a minute ago. That's pretty cute.
Cute. I'm guessing Murphy's a dog, or...
Oh, you didn't think
Okay.
Yes, Murphy is a dog. He's a big, fuzzy, friendly, happy bear.
I love it.
Oh, I guess, because the one time you came over here, we were in the front yard, so I guess I didn't bring him out.
Hi, Murphy.
Renie says hello. He wags his tail at you.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Oh, wag my ponytail at you. My sad quarantine ponytail.
I know. Quarantine hairdos are real.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's funny because you've always, well, at least recently, you've always had a very, cute, short haircut. Oh, God, when did I see you last? Was it, chin length now?
I've got hair on my chin, too. I mean, it's chin length. I look like a contestant on a reality competition series who's not there to make friends. Bad hair, in a ponytail, sweaty, furry.
I'm not even sad. I'm not going to make it.
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, quarantine haircuts. Seth's hair, and I cut my dad's hair. I even cut my mom's hair.
I thought you first said I have sex hair. But Seth is your husband.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So I thought you were going to tell me I have this tousled look. It's all windswept and to the side. It's all
It's a little messy, but still cute from the date earlier this night. Gross.
You've got that natural sea salt.
Oh my God, that sea salt spray from Sephora.
I was recommended that so many times by my hairdresser, like, you would really like this sea salt spray. I'm like, I don't want to spend money on water and salt.
No,
I know.
make that myself.
So everyone got a haircut.
Everyone got a haircut. Some were more successful than others. I'm literally walking to my bathroom right now because I have dry shampoo that I made myself, and I just wanted to look at it to feel proud of myself for a minute.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not going to freaking pay for dry shampoo. Are you out of your mind?
I want to look at it. What does it look like?
Oh, okay. So it's, my friend Allie sent me the recipe. It's like if you have brown hair, you use cocoa powder and cornstarch. And if you have black hair, you use like other ingredients. And for blonde-haired girls, it's different. And because I have kind of a red tinge in my hair, I put cinnamon in it. So my hair smells like chocolate and cinnamon.
Ooh.
It's kind of the most amazing thing. I don't think like dry shampoo normally for like dark-haired girls is not normally a thing. Like,
oh no?
Well, because it used to just be that like not baby powder, but it was just like this white powder that you'd spray in your hair, and then you're supposed to let it sit and then brush it out. But for me, I never really got all of it out.
Yeah.
Like it looked like I had really intense white roots.
Wow. I had no idea that had anything to do with hair color. I thought I was just nasty.
No, it's because of hair color.
I guess I'm disgusting. I'm supposed to just comb this out and look bright and bushy-tailed.
It is interesting how often we blame ourselves when it's really just the product isn't correct.
Oh yeah, give me any excuse. It's my fault.
It's my fault.
An excuse to make it my fault.
You know what? I'll just get real creative right now and make it my fault.
We'll find a way, Rachel.
We'll find a way. Self-consciousness will find a way. I'm in the backyard right now.
I like this audio tour I'm having.
The audio tour.
We went to the bathroom, backyard. I love it. So Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really happy for you, and when the change happened, I thought of you and a couple of other people and how much you had to change your plans.
Yeah, man.
What was that like?
Super real. Okay, so everything started happening. So our original wedding date was April 18th. So it was like early March. Seth and I kind of looked at each other, and it's like, we've got family flying in from Brazil, Texas, Oklahoma, New York, West Virginia, and Southern California. Well, they're not flying from Southern California, but you get what I mean. But it was like,
wow.
We just kind of looked at each other, and we were like, this is not going to happen.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I was really upset at first. Like, his mom called, and then his sister called, both asking us what our contingency plans for COVID was. And I was in straight up denial at that point. And I was like, we're going to have the wedding no matter what.
How could you not be? You've spent so much time planning. That's it. We're going to do this.
We're going to freaking do it. Literally, I was like, my dress was ready. His suit was ready. It was just one of those like, I feel like I got kicked down the stairs of acceptance. That's like
wow.
Sort of analogy that I just had to get thrown into the ice cold freaking waters of acceptance. Like, this is happening. Just accept that it's happening and make your moves from here. And so,
what an amazing way to put that.
That's literally what it felt like too. It was just cold truth.
Oh, it's
top of my head, all the
right.
way inside to my heart. And
it's like the year just wrapped your wrists in zip ties. Like, nope, slap, nope, put your hands down.
Put them down. You can fight. You're just gonna. Yeah, man. And so luckily it was the beginning of quarantine. So everybody who we had hired, and like Seth and I were always doing like a very sort of like, I don't want to call it budget because that's got a negative connotation, but we were getting married and
is quaint and cozy.
And cozy. Yeah. Like getting married.
Charming.
Family friends back.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be very charming. Like, we were getting food from a big chain. We were going to get food from, what the heck is it called? Can't even remember. Because, like, the individual, like, caterers were, like, $13,000 for 100 people. And I'm like, you're cute. That's wedding.
For bruschetta. Or,
yeah.
like, yeah. Here you go.
Mushy bruschetta and crappy vegetarian food.
2 options, Rachel. That's another grand.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody let us cancel like super easily. Well, because especially at first we're like, we'll just push it to November. This will definitely be over by November. Oh, sweet children. Remember when we didn't know?
Oh, and people were nice about canceling.
Yes.
They thought, you know what? I totally understand. In these changing times that will change in 3 months and go back to normal.
Yep.
In these uncertain times where we behave with certainty, that
Yeah.
things will
Oh my
come
God.
back together. Yeah.
Nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it. It's like in these uncertain times that we will for sure,
For sure.
certainty,
Absolutely.
return from. When I decide it's time for us to return from it.
Yeah. You know, like AIDS and the common cold. People were scared and, you know, we got through it. There's a vaccine for both. Nobody has to think about it. It's great.
It's great. And that whole crisis took place from just like 6 months, right? The AIDS crisis was handled.
Oh, right.
Right?
Ignored.
Yeah.
Ignored on the same scale.
Yes.
So people were friendly about canceling, which is great.
Luckily.
Great. How about refunds?
So it was when we moved everything to November, everybody was down. And then when we realized it wasn't going to happen in November,
Yeah.
I just started calling everybody that we had already given money to. And luckily, like the photographer gave us all our money back and the caterer gave us our money back. And we were like renting these like fancy outdoor bathrooms so that people wouldn't have to go inside.
Oh.
Yeah, they gave us all our money back, which was great. And the only ones that we didn't get our funds back from were our flowers and and the cake from Porto's. But I'm like, listen, I'll just get a cake another day. Like, what's that?
Hey, honestly, Porto's is doing a lot better than floral designers right now.
Also true.
They are doing fine. I would eat so much more Porto's now if I lived nearby than ever before. I'm sorry they didn't hook you up.
I bet you if I called and really pushed them about it, they would. But I don't feel like doing that.
Yeah.
Everything needs to just kind of happen, kind of chill right now. And that's why we decided to just kind of be like, well, fuck it. Let's just get married.
Yeah.
Because it was like, we just kept putting it off and we felt like we were in this limbo and it already like spiritually we were married when we got engaged. Like we made that commitment to each other. All that needed to catch up was paperwork.
Yeah.
And you know, that's really like 80% of marriage is just freaking paperwork.
Yeah.
Getting on the same insurance to like making each other your beneficiaries in case one of you kicks the bucket.
Oh Lord. All the evidence. We love each other. Prove it.
Prove it. How much?
Where's the pictures?
Joint account? Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Share a checking account?
Mm-hmm.
How much? So, yeah.
I don't see you smashing cake into each other's faces. Did you really get married?
Prove it. Yeah. How much cake is in your nose right now?
Yeah. So I imagine your family was very understanding, but they had to jump through a lot of...
Yep. Yeah, the only one that stressed me out was my family in Brazil. They got their international flight refunded, but it sounded like they didn't get their domestic flight refunded.
Oh.
And if you know anything about what's going on in Brazil, it's like they're even more in denial about it than our leaders are up here. So
that's saying a lot.
Yes, girl.
Oh man, Rachel.
It's crazy. So that was the only part that was like a bummer, but everybody else was so fine about it. Hey, like they understand, and you know they're our family. They love us.
Good.
And I think the nice thing is because we are planning on doing like a big party, sort of the reception, either next year or the year after, whenever it makes sense. Then like we all still get to like dance the night away together.
Yeah.
We get to do the party.
Yeah. So considering that you had a much smaller occasion, did you have any elements of a big wedding that you just cut down to a smaller sample size?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like I loved what ended up happening so much.
Good.
That if anybody else gets engaged, I 100% think that this is how it should be done. So we did our portraits. My cousin's a wedding photographer, and she was going to be there for our tiny backyard elopement anyway. And then she ended up not being able to make it. It was like, perfect. So we took our portraits on, Tuesday. So it was just me, her, and Seth.
Oh.
I got to like focus on that and be fully present for it. And then on Saturday, when we got married in the backyard, it was just his mom, his dad, one of his siblings, because he's one of 5. So
sorry, who didn't make the cut?
Oh my God! Like all of his sisters didn't make it. Like,
sorry, you got the.
Sorry, guys. But
you picked the short straw.
I think it more came down to 2 of his sisters have kids, and they're like, we're not going to do that. And Sarah lives in New York, and she basically said, she's like, if I go to Los Angeles, I have to go there, quarantine for 2 weeks, go to your wedding, fly back to New York, quarantine for another 2 weeks. And we're like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So I'll see you next year.
I've literally never met her.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's also a considerable...
Renie, it's crazy. Weddings are madness. So then on the actual day, on Saturday, I did my own hair and makeup because I'm not trying to get around more people. And
oh, wow, you look amazing.
Oh, thanks. Uh, it was kind of easy to cheat because I ended up putting the mask over the bottom half of it. Oh my God, I made everybody, it's so cute. So my friend Melfi makes these masks, and she sells them on Etsy, and she can like print things out and then iron them on. I don't know, I don't have words right now, but you know what I'm talking about?
Applique?
I believe, yes.
Patches?
Patches?
Like on your
Kind of like
butt pocket?
kind of like an iron-on plastic patch.
Yeah, okay.
You picture what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I used to be cool, Rachel, in the early 90s. I had patches. I had iron-on patches that hid the holes I made when I skid on the grass. And and they had, what did I have? Super Mario, maybe? Even?
Oh my God.
Even?
Yeah, Super Mario. Were you ever a Girl Scout?
No. I was hardly allowed to be a girl, period. I had no dolls, dresses just for pictures if my grandpa wanted a picture. It's a pretty foreign idea to be a little girl, but that's okay. I like how I turned out. Which was me like kind of feeling like a foreigner in a strange land. So you had patches.
You in high school. Oh yeah, no. I remember you in high school. You were always so freaking cool. Renie, I still remember your outfit for prom.
Oh no, the cultural appropriation.
Oh my God.
Jamboree.
A, we didn't know yet, so.
Oh.
B, it was so beautifully done.
Oh.
I mean,
a product of its time.
You don't want to talk about.
No, it's okay. A product of its time.
A product of its time for sure.
It was a product of the time where Gwen Stefani could wear bindis all over her eyes, and nobody batted an eyelash at that maybe not being.
Oh, yep.
Not being something white people can co-opt, but
yeah.
I had a kimono on, and a bindi. And braids, Rachel.
But they were like purple.
Oh man.
Girl, you look so cool.
Thank you.
I wonder when like
I will cringe through the thank yous, but I do appreciate it.
At least it was done with like class and with tact and well done and not like cheesy and terrible.
It was a high budget production of cultural appropriation.
It was a high budget production.
We got a lot of funding from producers on those braids.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
So you were a Girl Scout? Is that why we brought up the patches?
No, I just remember that they had the freaking accessories. I never really wanted to do anything except for the accessories. Like I wanted the freaking patches, even like band uniforms. I loved the freaking uniforms. I wanted to go to Catholic school for the uniforms, even though I'm not Catholic.
I love this.
I loved the outfits. Like I don't know, just like I wanted to play soccer so I could like, wear the little cleats and the shin guards.
I think you're a fan of ceremony. Like now we wear the uniform. Now I am one of you. Let's put on the ceremonial cleats.
Yes. Let's stretch. That was my favorite thing about show choir. That we would all show up wearing our like matching warm-ups with our like loud swishy break.
I remember hearing you in the hallways. Oh, choir's coming. I can hear the schwiffing. Wait. I just made schwiffing into a word. I was thinking of the Schwiffer.
No, schwiffing words. No. I hear.
Swish? Yes.
Swish? Yeah, man. Well, and that was okay. So.
Well, you guys look so cute.
Stuff. Oh my God, thanks. We had a lot of fun. We were huge nerds, and we didn't know, and that's the best way. That's the best way to be. So yeah, we threw all around nerds, like the ceremony, and the kind of pomp and circumstance, and that song that you play, and to have and to hold. We've all heard 1,000 bajillion times. So Seth and I read our vows to each other privately in the corner still, because I got a lot of really good advice from my girlfriends who were already married. My friend Gabrielle, who's an actress, was like, I didn't write my own vows because I didn't want to think of any kind of performance. I wanted to just be fully present and repeat. And I was
wow,
that's a cool idea. So Seth and I read our little vows to each other separately so that we could cry and be silly and laugh and be dorks. And then in front of the family, we got to be just really present and centered and kind of calm.
So was it the same vows that you read?
Oh, so our private ones were like friends. I promised to never gossip about you and always take my problems to you. I promised to always give you the benefit of the doubt. All this stuff that being in our 30s, we've now seen why not just like our own parents, but also like a lot of our peers and in their relationships that do work and that like things that don't work. The kind of like perpetual shit talking spouse.
Yeah.
I hate
like
it.
it's contagious negativity when
Yeah.
when complaining becomes the baseline.
Ugh.
I feel like you share a disease with the person. Like, oh, I guess we're both sick. We're both negative all the time.
Yes.
What's the remedy? Get out or
just get out. After a while, the resentments are too thick and too multi-layered.
You don't even know why anymore.
You don't even. Yes. You're like, oh, this is about a fight that started in 1972.
Yeah.
Cool.
The fight whittled you down to a nub. I was a decorative duck, and now I'm a wooden nub.
Yeah.
From years of grating.
Yes. And I don't know why. I don't want to be mean to other people.
That's okay. You saying you've learned so much from observing other people.
Yeah.
You're gonna avoid with your best intentions to not have that happen.
Absolutely. The best intentions with hopefully, you know, I remember when I was younger, I said I didn't want to get married, but then I realized that I just didn't want a marriage like the ones that I was seeing around me at that time.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the stuff that we have deep fears and stuff in our like 20s and crap, that's the thing I love about being 30. It's like giving me enough time to understand what was mine and what was somebody else's, you know?
And what maybe painted your pictures for you. Like that's what a marriage is. I don't want that based on what I've seen. You can step back now and consider what's the most important aspect of that.
Yeah.
So you and Seth had this intimate vow moment, and then you had the stand up straight, project your voice vows in front of the family.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, we're on in 5. Got it.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad we did, because at that moment Murphy's our big doggo. He's a
woofers?
Bird.
Oh, he's a doggo.
He's a both.
He's a both? Oh, he's a mutt woofer doggo.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, Renie, I can't wait for you to meet him. He's a happiness factory.
Ooh.
Just the brightest, silliest. He's always searching for food. Like I said, he was like licking my hands because he's like, do you have a snack for me? And he's always down to cuddle.
We have so much in common.
I know!
God.
I can't wait.
Searching for food. I'm always searching for food. There's this primal evolutionary instinct in me where I must have come from very hungry people, because I'm nearly always pushing back a thought about what I can eat near me, what is in my vicinity. It's constantly pushing it away. Did Murphy wear a suit? Did he wear a cute tie?
Yes. My sister did. I know. And her dog. She got these like collars. I guess she went to like Target or something and just bought like extra large men's shirts and cut the collar off, super glued a bow tie to the front of both of them.
Excuse me, do you work here? Would this fit a dog?
A dog neck?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Renie, it was too much.
Cute.
Murphy, in the middle of the vows, started barking, and so we're like, Murphy's taking his vows.
Everybody shush, this is important. Get them.
See, I'm telling you, man, it's like, once we got into acceptance and then just started moving from there, everything worked out so freaking beautifully.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh my God.
I was wondering how it went down.
Because it could totally have gone the opposite, man.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. But you know what, too? I've had a couple friends who had babies during this quarantine, and like having a baby without your partner in the room with you, I'm like, I'm fine. You know, as long as I don't have to go through that.
You feel like the grass in your backyard wedding is greener than than our friends who had babies. And yeah, I do know one person who had a baby, but the thing is, after you have an infant, you are isolated. It's like, I think they had a terrible time, but once you get home with the little tiny infant, it's not too different. It's not a big change for the mommies and the daddies with the little baby.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have any entertainment at your wedding? Did you have music or?
Yeah, we had, Seth went and got a Bluetooth speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just did like Spotify DJ.
Sweet.
His brother did like, even while I was walking down, his brother like ran over, picked up the phone, started playing the wedding march. Like, I looked at Seth at one point. I'm like, "Do you want to do a first dance?" And he's like, "Sure."
Yay!
But he's like, "Put on this song," and so we did a first dance.
What was your first dance to?
It was God, it's like the I'm sorry, what's the fucking song called? Sorry, I'm just trying to think of the right word to say.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And I was like, kind of the way I planned it to be. I promise something rather.
I promise you, I
Yes,
promise
I
you.
promise you. Yeah, so there's like a slow, like, when Seth and I first listened to it, we're like, this is kind of corny, but also
Sweet.
we love it.
Human League?
Yes.
I think nobody knows the first line.
Yes.
I'm sorry, beloved, but our was the same.
Yes.
But it is a beautiful song, and I think that would make me cry if I saw you dancing to that.
Yeah, the whole meaning, of course I can't remember the lyrics, but it's like, I promise that I'm going to try to be the best person. And for me and him, that's kind of what it's all about, man. Can't take too much of a future trip, especially in 2020.
Yeah. You've been together for a long time, you and Seth.
Yeah, for like 5 years, man.
And you said it was like already emotionally being so there with each other.
He's a very good partner. I'm very grateful to him, and he is the kind of man who, if he's having a bad day, he'll sit down and he'll journal about it.
Oh, no, you do not have healthy coping mechanisms in your in your relationship. Are you kidding me? He journals when he's mad?
He fucking journals. He'll call somebody and be like, I'm upset. And they're like, he has like these great friends. Yeah. And like, they all support each other.
What?
Yes.
He doesn't just hit the wall and watch TV for 3 hours.
Right. He doesn't just shut
to work it out.
Video games for a whole weekend. No. That's what I was used to. And so when I saw that, I was like, huh? What? Yeah, no.
This is so healthy, I can't handle it. I can't handle this information. It's like too good to be true.
It's too good to be true.
How can this be real?
How? I mean, listen, I didn't. You know what? For a girl who like never really wanted to get married and also was already in my 30s, like it's not like I felt public pressure to get married anymore. Does that make sense?
Yes.
My mom and dad. I don't know about you, but like my mom and dad never pressured me to get married.
Wonderful.
Did anybody in your life pressure you to get married?
No, I was never expected to do anything. Very positive, very negative. If you, in the grand scheme of things, I'm glad I was never expected to live up to anybody's expectations or even basic accomplishments. Doesn't mean I wasn't supported.
Well, I hear you.
But I wasn't expected to reach any goal.
Yeah.
Very supported by my mom in every possible way. Just no structural guidance with things I should accomplish. But with something like love and marriage, that's such a personal thing, and I'm glad that you didn't have that expectation because you have a big family, right?
I just have a very loud
family. They make up in volume.
Volume and enthusiasm and an opinion.
Yes. Oh, an opinion.
Yeah, it's just me and my sister as far as kids go. My mom's one of 12, but they're all in Brazil.
That's okay. Maybe I heard that once and I put it in my head that like Rachel's family is enormous. One of 12.
Yeah, girl, can you imagine?
Oh, no. My instincts to always find food would be a daily reality in a house of 12 people. Like, no, you're gonna die if you don't find the crust that the picky kid cut off his sandwich. Like that.
Eat that.
It just reminds me of my mom saying that they used to fight for the crust. It was pretty smart to convince us that the crust is good on bread by telling us that they used to fight for it. Like, who's gonna get the crust?
That's hilarious. The things that are, like you're saying, like the things that shape us.
Right.
We will never take crust for granted.
No. Well, my mom and her brother fought for it, so, it's special now. It's that crappy Ora wheat crust.
Prized possession, man.
Yes, it's very special. So your parents never expected you to get married. They never pressured you.
No.
And you're saying...
No. Right. So then, it's the whole, it takes a hell of a good boyfriend to beat being single.
Oh, yeah.
I fully endorse that.
That's wonderful.
You know what I mean? I feel like, depending on your personality type, too, if you're kind of a caretaker type, you end up finding there's some not so great humans out there sometimes.
Yeah, if you're gonna give up being single, you're worth somebody being fantastic with
Yeah.
and for.
With and for, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm so happy you found that. I
Oh
think
my God.
it's
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful to hear about this healthy, good union.
Right?
It's inspiring.
Thanks, man. You know, it's just one day at a time. The week before getting married, too, I just kept having these like total like fear avalanches where I'd be like, oh God, what if it changes? What if he leaves me? Blah, 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 blah. Because fear is just like
Oh no.
kind of where I operate from a lot. Yeah, but talking to my married friends, they're all kind of like, yeah, well, if you have fear, you're going to have fear no matter what, whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship or whether you're just dating or whether you're married. Like the fear kind of isn't,
Yeah.
fear isn't the truth. You know? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So you can be afraid about the what if, or you could be afraid about the what if this actual event happens in a negative way instead of what if something happens at all.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Yes.
well, you either have nothing to be afraid of or something to be afraid of, and your life is a lot fuller when
When you have something.
when things are going on
Yeah.
and they're positive things in your life, not what ifs, right?
Yeah. Well, did I tell you I also sold my condo during quarantine?
Yeah. Yeah, tell me about that.
I moved in like 4 years ago. I was so freaking excited. I felt so full of self-confidence. Like, oh my God, bought a condo in Los Angeles. And it's one of those like really cute neighborhoods. The building could use some love because there's a reason I could afford it. But
Oh, what area is it?
it was in Valley Village. So
Aw.
right off of like Riverside
Mhm.
and like Colfax and Tahunga. So that area. Super cute neighborhood to walk Murphy in. I didn't have Murphy yet, but whatever.
Oh, that's perfect. That area on Tahunga is like, okay, we need to film something in New York, but we're in Los Angeles. What do we do? Oh, how about this whole block is fine. There's New York.
There's
It's
New
like
York.
cute little shops, aroma cafe, string lights on the trees.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet area.
I loved it. Then I found out after living there for a while that the smoke smell was not from the people who lived there before, but from my downstairs neighbor who smoked inside of his house all the time.
Gross.
So, oh my God, so gross. Suddenly I needed an inhaler. Suddenly I had psoriasis, which when you look it up is a side effect of being around secondhand smoke.
No way.
And
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
there's all this stuff. So it took me like 6-ish months to figure out, to talk to him, start writing emails, to call the board. And then for the next 3 years, I just battled it out with this guy. I ended up calling lawyers. I went on the board to try to change the CCNRs, and I thought everybody was on board. And then at the last second, they all changed their mind and was like, just kidding. We don't really care if he smokes in his unit.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
But you guys, I hired a lawyer. Like, I spent money. I thought we were in.
Ugh.
So then I kind of came into acceptance that was not changing in January. And I was like, wow, this is never going to change.
I have never heard such a far-reaching secondhand smoke story.
Girl,
In terms of damaging somebody's life, I've never heard of secondhand smoke ruining somebody's living experience that's not even in the room. This is deep. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Because it would come through the pipes. It would come through the electrical outlets. So, like,
Shit. That sucks.
It sucks. My closet, like, my clothes smelled like cigarette. I was upset. Somebody asked me to borrow a cigarette if they could.
Ew.
I'm like, I don't actually smoke. They're like, oh my God, I thought. I was like, no, it's fine.
Rachel, he gave your place cancer.
He gave my place cancer. I know.
Your condo had lung cancer because of this jerk.
She really did. My poor baby. And I loved that place. So the lady who moved in bought it from me. I put in the beginning of the disclosures because the guy who I bought it from did not tell me about it. He lied.
Of course.
Of course. So I was like, I don't want to be that guy. So first thing on the disclosure was like, there's a neighbor who smokes. These are all the things that I've done to take care of it. These are all the things that he's willing to do to take care of it. And then she's buying she told me that she's going to buy a whole new like air conditioning and like replace all the ducts.
All right.
So I think between all of that, it should probably take care of it.
You were so considerate. You're just
Oh my God.
the best seller I've ever heard. Nobody tells you about the human element of what condition drove them to the edge, and it's usually something that's not in the required specs.
Yes.
I know people who've moved for all kinds of reasons that all have to do with neighbors. Like always.
Wow.
So you're awesome for divulging that right away.
Honestly, Renie, I just I was thinking about it and I'm like, The climate in 2016 when I bought my place was like, if you didn't make an offer 5 minutes into looking at your place, somebody else would. And I think that's why I rushed into it without like taking a deep breath. But because of Corona and like they weren't even allowed into the unit until they looked at it online and did all this
Wow.
stuff. And that's why we live with my mom and dad right now. Is because to put it on the market, we couldn't be living there.
Wow, I didn't think about that. This is a really proceed with caution selling experience, hands off. So it slowed everything down. When you bought your condo in 2016, there was just the rush of jumping on the opportunity.
Yep.
And then you approached this with the consideration of being thrown down the stairs with your wedding plans. Like, well, no choice. We have to proceed differently.
Yes. Yep. And we got the best realtor, and she's freaking amazing. And we sold it, and now it feels like exactly the right thing to do. The lady who moved in, she has a kid who wants to go to that school district. And between his filter, the 3 air purifiers that I have, and all the like caulking and replacing,
wow,
I can't smell the smoke anymore. I could have lived there if I didn't, like you said, the human element of like me just being so resentful and like disappointed and having just so many feelings. I'm in a toxic relationship with my condo.
Oh my God, literally. It's like a toxic swamp. Emotional toxicity and literally
physical toxicity.
Seeping through your walls is pretty physical.
Yeah.
Like that is a toxic element.
Yeah. My friend Gabrielle, who I mentioned earlier, she has a video of the smoke coming out. Light socket.
No. That reminds me of Fern Gully with the smoke monster. It's like slime up above. Your neighbor's smoking and the Fern Gully monster is coming through your vents. That's pretty horrifying.
Oh my God, I'm Googling it right now. Fern Gully, it's called Toxic Love.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Oh.
When I woke up this morning, I was so mad. You ever wake up mad?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a negative feeling, but it's an energized negativity, which I appreciate. I could be negative in bed, but anger is actually going to make me get up and start breakfast and be mad. Like, I'm mad I'm eating breakfast. Mad I'm being productive. Yep. Good, I'm so mad.
It's like sad versus just lying because it's just too sad. I can't move.
Yeah, I don't want to be paralyzed. I'd rather be like a zombie spell came over me and made me rise from the dead. Like, no, I don't want to be a zombie right now. A very productive zombie updating my spreadsheet and angrily organizing my desktop files. Fucking go there.
Piece of shit. Excel. Spreadsheet. Fuck you.
I could be doing nothing now. I could be. Well, I appreciate you so much.
Oh, yeah! Are you kidding? Oh, by the way, all the little cacti and succulents you gave me have been in 2 different little containers. And I'll send you some pictures.
Oh, good!
I got a little cement dish, and there's a big cactus and a jade plant.
So chic.
Baby cactuses. Oh, it looks chic, honey.
With a cement planter. Ooh, urban beauty. I love it.
It is modern. It is also hipstery, but not.
You got all the aesthetic adjectives. You have such a cute plant baby garden. All your plant babies.
I love them. That's literally why I went outside so I could sit with my plants.
I love it. Well, thank you for letting me be with you in your garden.
Oh my God! Thank you for letting me.
Vicariously enjoying the sunshine with you.
Ugh. It's just nice to talk to you.
Oh, you too.
I miss seeing you at auditions all the time. And hopefully we can go back to that soonish.
Oh, you'll get back to it. You're on it.
All right, big hug.
You're on the way. All right, Rachel.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Have a good week.
Yeah, you too.
Take care, lovely.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Today's episode was brought to you by Bread Crust, that sea salt spray from Sephora, and cultural appropriation. Please stay on the line for our next episode with Amisha D.
Ring